Good Monday evening, everyone. It has been a hot minute since I last posted a video, and I know I keep saying this, but I apologize. There's good reason for it, though. I dove in really, really hard and really, really deep to finish out my degree program. I am, as of the 21st of October, I am officially a graduate of Ultimate Medical Academy. I have earned an associate's degree in an Associate of Science degree as a medical administrative assistant. Gosh, it feels really, really strange, but really awesome to say that I am an official college graduate. Other than my sister, Brittany, she and I are the only two college graduates. So not only did we graduate high school, but we have both graduated college and we both hold degrees. I think hers is also an Associate of Science, but I think her focus is more patient care and like the nutritional side of it, whereas mine is more of the not so much clinical, but clerical side. That's not to say that I don't have experience. Sorry, y'all, I'm adjusting my sweatshirt. That's not to say that I don't have experience in the clinical department, because prior to deciding to go back to school, I was a caregiver and a medication aide, as well as a home health aide for several different companies, but knew that I didn't want to be in a job that was going to have me on my feet for 8+ hours a shift. So I decided to go back to school to focus on the clerical side of healthcare. So registering patients, anything with the patient records, billing and coding, appointment scheduling, appointment setting, coordinating, admissions, check-in, check-out, all that fun jazz that you go to the doctor's office or you go to have a surgery and you check in with the lady at the front desk, lady or gentleman. That would be what I would be doing. So I have been officially done with my degree now for a little over a week and a half. Not quite 2 weeks yet, but a little over a week and a half. And I am now on to the process of actively applying for positions and scheduling and attending interviews and waiting for feedback and writing the thank you notes, So that's exciting. I'm actually quite glad to be done with the educational side of it. Just because it was a lot. It did take a lot of time, a lot of my focus, even though the courses were only 5 weeks in length. Even when I wasn't, like, say it was a weekend and I wasn't doing schoolwork, my mind was still would go forward to, shoot, what am I going to be working on next week? What's the focus of next week going to be? Did I get all of my coursework turned in? Have all of my grades posted? I was constantly, you can ask my husband, ask anybody that knows me. My phone is my lifeline. So, like, my phone, I have all of any app that I use, it's on my phone. So I have games that I play to relax myself. I, of course, have YouTube on my phone. I have different streaming apps for various things. So like YouTube Music, Pandora, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus. I even have on my phone, I have a Pluto TV app, which allows me to watch TV for free without having to worry about needing an antenna or cable. I have a folder that is nothing but banking apps. So the app for our main bank, and then I have Cash App, and then I think I have a green dot. Somehow I ended up with a green dot card, so I have the app for that. And then I have like my productivity folder, which has like my camera and my notes and my calculator and my calendar, and things that you would need to be productive. That's what that is. And then there's the school app. So then there was my Pulse, which was the student portal. It was how I accessed course materials and grades and everything and submitted work. And then there was my Cengage app, which is how I accessed my textbooks and all of that fun stuff. And then I have my LinkedIn app because like I said, I'm applying to jobs. So periodically I'm on that and I'm browsing that. But yeah, my phone is always in my hand. Even when I don't want it to be, it's always in my hand. In fact, I was on my phone consecutively. I think by the time I was done with phone calls this afternoon, I had spent close to 3.5 hours on the phone with various people from my school. But yeah. Speaking of my school, okay, so like I said, I just graduated from Ultimate Medical Academy with an Associate of Science degree in Medical Administrative Assisting. My mother-in-law today in the mail via UPS received UMA merch. And she is not even a student at the school. Like, I think she was just talking to somebody from admissions but hadn't made the decision to actively enroll. And they sent her merch. Yet the only thing that I was ever sent from the school was copies of physical textbooks for various courses, namely my medical terminology course. They sent out a physical textbook. They sent out the laptop that I now own. Yay. That's another tidbit I'll go into here in a few minutes. They sent out the textbooks that I needed for my last 2 courses, which were diagnostic coding and procedural coding. I had physical textbooks for that class. Actually, they weren't textbooks. They were the actual. So the one was the physical copy of this big, thick. And when I say big, thick, I mean like thick. It's an ICD-10-CM diagnostic coding manual. It's basically all of, how you get like a medical bill or like an MBA or not MBA, EOB, explanation of benefits from a doctor's office or an emergency room visit in the mail, and it's got this fancy little letter with a bunch of numbers following it, and it tells you how much that, then there's a price after that. Well, that fancy little code, if you will, that letter with the numbers after it is actually linked to a specific diagnosis or procedure, and those manuals help me decode what you see in the mail. One of them was for diagnostic, which was the ICD-10-CM. And then for procedural coding, they actually sent out 2 textbooks or 2 books. One was the CPT coding manual, and the other, so CPT is for procedures that can be performed, different procedures. The ICD-10-CM is different diagnoses that a patient can receive. And then there's the HCPCS, which is all of the hospital codes for like various things that happen in hospital. Whereas, because you don't need to go to a hospital per se to have a certain type of procedure done, or you don't have to be in specifically a hospital to receive a certain diagnosis, that type of deal. Then I also received, like I said, there was my medical terminology textbook, which was one of the very first textbooks they sent out. which I'm grateful for, because that one, yeah, you need a physical textbook for that course. And actually, that one came with its own 3-ring binder. So that was pretty cool. And then they sent out, of course, the laptop that I have been using religiously. And then after, along with those, I was sent it's called a grad pack. So it has, in one of the courses that I took when I was a student at UMA, an active student, I'm now considered an alumni, but when I was a student at UMA, one of the classes I took, it was called Career Success, and the whole main focus of that course was to develop and build your resume. And so in this grad pack that I was sent out, they sent me, I think it was like 20 physical copies of my resume, and then a pen, like a UMA pen, and then there were it's like a notepad with UMA heading on it, and then thank you cards and an envelope. So yeah, that was sent out, and then they also sent to me, I received from them a silver honor cord that I wore around my neck when I took my graduation pictures. So if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see it was a series of graduation pictures that were posted where I was in a cap and gown. No, I didn't get the cap and gown from UMA. I actually ordered the cap and gown off of Amazon because due to finances and schedule conflicts, I wasn't able to attend the physical graduation, which was took place in Tampa. So I wasn't able to attend the graduation, and so I just ordered my own cap and gown off of Amazon and put that on with the cord, and I took pictures because I'm like, and I have people around me that are saying, well, you didn't actually walk the stage, you're not actually walking the stage, why do you need a cap and gown? It's not that I need one, it's that I want one. I earned the right to wear a cap and gown, regardless of whether or not I go, and this goes for anybody. If you go to school online and for whatever reason you can't physically attend your graduation ceremony, still get yourself a cap and gown and take your pictures. You've earned that right and you deserve to celebrate, even if it is just you and your family in your house. So, but that's that part. So anyway, my mother-in-law today received a package in the mail, and it was a shirt, like a polo style t-shirt, and a tote bag, and a magnet, and a sticker, and a pen from Ultimate Medical Academy. She's like, why does this look familiar? And I look and I'm like, huh? The heck? I never got anything like that when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to attend, or even after I had applied and was accepted. I never received anything like that. So I actually asked my advisor, who I've been working very closely with, how do I get that? I'm an alumni. My mother-in-law isn't even a student there, and she got merch today in the mail. And my advisor's like, that's kind of strange. I've never heard of that. Let me look into that. So she's looking into that because I'm like, that's kind of odd. I want a t-shirt that says UMA on it, and I want to show off my Puma pride. I worked hard there. I literally graduated from my program with a 3.90 GPA. I did not get below a B in any courses. In fact, I think, if I remember correctly, I only got my entire program, which was 20 different courses. I only got 2 B's. The rest were A's. And the 2 B's that I got just so happened to be the classes that I took a month after moving here. And I think it was because I was we were trying to get into a routine here. I was also, and this is why I will highly suggest to anybody, if you want to go to school, that's great. If you want to not go to school and work, that's great too. But if you want to go to school while you're working, make sure that you are utilizing some type of external planner app completely outside of whatever calendar comes in your phone or your computer and however you sync it. Because even when I wasn't working, for the bulk of what I was doing in school, which a lot of my classes happened while I was taking a lot of my classes while I was in Wisconsin. Like, I think there was literally only three classes that I was actively taking while I was in North Carolina, and the rest of them I either took completely in Wisconsin or completely in Kentucky, and they were remote, so I was doing it online. Also, if you're going to do this type of schooling, you need to make sure you have some type of stable internet access, whether that is you connecting to your hotspot on your phone, or you go and you get internal Wi-Fi for your house, or you're going and you're sitting at a public hotspot. Make sure it's actually a public hotspot, because there was one point where mine and my husband's phones were down, so that meant we didn't have access to our hotspots via our phone. So I had to go sit in the parking lot of a business to use Wi-Fi, and the business actually called the cops because we were sitting out there in the car so that I could do my schoolwork using their Wi-Fi. But in my defense, and I told the officer this when he approached our vehicle, I said, if they don't want their Wi-Fi being used by the public unless they're a customer of the facility, then it needs to be password protected, because it was a completely open Wi-Fi. Like, even mine and my husband's hotspots on our phones, those are password protected, so that not every average Dora Jane driving by, if for whatever reason our hotspots are on, can connect to them. But, so if you're gonna go to school and juggle work at the same time, simultaneously that is, have a to-do list app, or like some type of app where you can make a list and check things off as you do them, because that'll really help. I think if it wasn't for those apps, I wouldn't have had such a high GPA, because I probably would have had C's in those 2 classes that I had B's in. But once I quit working and went back to solely focusing on school, that is when my grades picked up again, and I had A's the remainder of my degree program. So, yeah. Holidays are coming up. We just had Halloween. We are 6 days into November, so we've got about 3.5 weeks, I want to say. 3.5 weeks until Thanksgiving. The clocks have officially turned back, so everybody's gained that extra hour of sleep at night, which I was very, very grateful for, because I got up at 5-something this morning because I had to go to the bathroom. And I was able to go back to bed for like an hour before I had to get up again, because my alarm went off to get my daughter up for school. But I was very grateful for it. I think I'm going to end this video here. If I'm not doing anything tomorrow, I will come out earlier tomorrow and pick it up from where I last left off. But I will see you guys later. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.